All right, we're officially recording. Welcome, everybody. This is the APAC friendly meeting for SIG Docs. I'm Jim Angel, and today is December 17th, 2019. We're doing things a little bit differently today, mainly due to the holiday. So normally we would do on the fourth Wednesday of every month. We would do this APAC time zone meeting. And this time for the holidays, we're moving it 1 week earlier. And then just for the record, there will be no docs meetings next week or the week after for both the Christmas holiday and also New Year. So just be aware of that. Right now it's just Junyi and myself on the call, so there's no new contributors. Um, this week's PR Wrangler is Caitlin Bernard, and then there's no PR Wranglers through the weeks of December 22nd and 29th, once again for the holidays. So for the agenda, I wanted to open up the discussion around the issues we had for the 117 release. Just for context for folks watching this video after the fact, we had realized that, so let me back up. Part of the release, we end up cutting a branch called release dash. For example, right now we're in the 117 release cycle. You'd cut a branch called the release dash 117. And that branch normally would get merged with master regularly. That way, once the 1.18 is released or once the next version is released, the Kubernetes website would then point at that old branch. And what we found out with this last cycle was that the Chinese localization team was merging PRs or committing PRs to that release branch, which made it more challenging to bring out the master branch or to merge the master branch into the release branch. Sorry, getting my tongue twisted here. So ultimately, the path moving forward is we made a copy of the kind of in shambles branch, the current state as is, called release-117-temporary. It will be up to the Chinese localization team to create a PR that would resolve the conflicts and merge that back into the current release, which we have done a hard reset against master to bring it back to that state and time before the release. And Judy, I really appreciate your help with figuring out what was happening and then how we can resolve that moving forward. And I believe we have a path forward. I don't know if you want to speak to that at all.
My pleasure.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, and I think we have, like I said, a resolution moving forward. So we'll just be in contact over the release cycle between the release leads and the docs chairs and the different localization leads. I think just a little bit better communication this next release will help out a ton. So moving on, we're talking a lot about the holidays. We are wrapping up the year officially. So the last meeting we had, I announced that we had passed the 18,000 mark, but I didn't realize what that number was. So I spoke with Zach, and that number actually is the combined issues and PRs. So that's a lot of activity for Kubernetes website and a lot of hard work done by the folks that support the community. There's a couple of vacations listed in the meeting notes, so feel free to read those. I won't go through those one by one. And then last but not least, we have a Korean update, and I'll pass it on to you, Junyi. Thank you.
Okay, there's no membership date since the last APAC meeting, and we merged one milestone branch, Dev 116, KO6, and currently we are working on the Dev 117, KO1, and Dev 116, KO7. Dev 116, KO7 will be merged to the release branch. And Sokko and Ian Chen made a presentation in a Kubernetes forum. They did it. I think they did a great job, and they said thank you for the SIG Docs for helping them to make a good presentation.
Awesome, thank you. And I saw that video, and it was very cool to see the slides and also the presentation. I thought the content and delivery was very well. very well put together. So thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. So that's the end of our agenda. I don't know if there's anything else you would like to discuss.
I'd like to say that I'm sorry that I overrided the upstream shop link. Uh, Korean localization review and approval know the issue and that will not happen again.
So it was a forced push to resolve an issue.
No, we updated the new commit so that we can solve the shown link overriding.
Okay, and overwriting what? I'm sorry, I'm not following.
Okay.
I guess I don't understand. You overwrote the Korean milestone branch?
I mean that there's a shown link, some shown links in such as
Oh,
yeah,
yes, yes. So the security redirect where it went
yeah,
to the
right,
Korean
right.
localization. Yes. Yeah, no problem at all. It was a very interesting problem, and for context for folks listening in, there was a redirect that was Kubernetes.io/security, and there was a redirect put in for the Korean localization team. What we didn't realize, hindsight 2020, is that by changing it to the Korean localization team, that was on the master branch, and it impacted all of the redirects. So I think it's a fair mistake. Anyone could have made it, and I'm glad we caught it, fixed it very quickly, and I think it's good to know moving forward that those aliases will go back to all of the languages.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. Cool. So that makes it the official last SIG Docs meeting of the year. I really appreciate everyone's help, and enjoy the holidays, get some rest, and I'll talk to you next year. Goodbye.
Bye.